Welcome to Mariposa Tarot. This is a pick a card reading for what are they thinking about you, what aren't they telling you, and what you actually need to know from Spirit. This is intuitive to provide you insight in your situation, to give you clarity, to give you agency. This is very honest, emotionally driven, emotionally intelligent tarot. I also use Oracle. And it really serves as guidance, just to give you some clarity, some insight, right? That's really important. So if this resonates with you, stick around, pick a deck, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That's how we kind of avoid burnout. So this is really important. I am a second generation witch, and I am also a licensed therapist. So I use my therapy background and infuse it with using real life transitions and archetypal, realizations and self-actualization and just really empowerment, self-empowerment. That's a big thing for me. So let's get started. I am going to show you up close the crystal, tell you what deck this is, and whatever deck talks to you, go with your gut. Sometimes the reading may not resonate and you're like, no, let me try the next one. Sometimes both of them, so you can kind of put it together. So it's not strict, right? If none of them fit, then none of them fit, and you come to another reading. I offer pick a card readings weekly, and I also do horoscope maybe weekly. Sometimes I do it every other week, so I try to do like a bi-monthly kind of thing. But anyway, enjoy, and I hope that you stick around, and I'm really excited to give you this insight. Okay, pile number one is Tarot of the Divine, and it is with this rose quartz. Don't come at me if I don't know all my crystals. That might happen. All right, but I'm going to do my best. The next, deck number two, is the Good Tarot, and I believe this is tourmaline, or it's Amazonite, something like that, but it's pretty in green and it matched with my deck, okay? So, if that spoke to you, here you go. Deck number three, this is the Muse Tarot, and this is a sparkle goldstone heart. I love this crystal. I've had it for a really long time, so I hope you like it. Okay. Deck number four is the Cat Tarot. I believe this is Sodalite. Sodalite, yes, I believe. And if it's not, it's pretty and has different colors in it. Okay. I love crystals, but I'm really bad with the names. You know what I mean? I just like how they look. All right. Pause the video right here. Reflect on it. Do some meditation, and you'll see the timestamps, and you can go right to that reading. Okay? Bye. Okay. This is pile number one, Tarot of the Divine. We're going to start with some Oracle. I have the archetypes, guide, or guide cards, if you will. One for you, one for that person. I've got Messages of Love Oracle. I've got Oracle of the Angels and the Energy Oracle cards. This is just going to kind of go along with, give us like sort of some insight as to what's going on, and then we'll move into your tarot. So for your card, I got Shaman, the Shaman, which is number 16. For your person, I have the Vow. Okay. For your Message of Love, I have Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. For your Oracle of the Angels, I've got number 2, Inner Calling. And for the Energy Oracle, I have Walking Away, number 27. The Vow is also 54. If any of those numbers resonate, just take it or leave it. It doesn't really have to, but let's dig into what is going on with this. Okay, you are the Shaman, and that is somebody who is like a magician, somebody who has great insight, who is able to heal others, but isn't the force of healing. You help shape your world with healing. The thing is that a person who is the shaman, which is you generally over promise when you are not careful, when you're not setting boundaries, okay? And the strange thing about these two cards, and this is a very thick deck, they both talk about promises. And the vow is about under promising, over promising, under promising, literally. That's just interesting. And if you look at the art on here, you've got the healing snake is also known as, healing, so that's why it's on there. You got somebody's hand reaching out, and then you've got the vow, which is hands clasping, right? It's like you gave so much of yourself to this person that I think it was not appreciated enough. And it's very possible that it has caused you to, dare I say it, walk away, because what was going on was just, you weren't getting what you were promised. You weren't getting what you were supposed to do. Time is supposed to stand still when someone has a ritual to vow, to make vows, to say, I am always going to be there with you. So it's very possible that this was supposed to happen for the long run, and it didn't. And it was because there just weren't boundaries. There were not boundaries in place. And I think with the inner calling card, it's basically telling us that the great challenge is to leave the past in the past. The great challenge is to move forward, to know what is ahead. And you might be somebody who inhabits mystic abilities. You may be untapped. It might be something that you struggle trying to really trust your intuition, but I think maybe in this situation you did. You just want to know, like, what's been going on for this person. And I think honestly they have done some work to sort this out. I think they do understand that they had a good thing, that they didn't fulfill that promise, that they underestimated how amazing you are and what you gave and how much of yourself you gave, how healing you are, how generous you are, and just how in tune you were with what's around you in your environment, and how grounded you are. And it's very hard when you're a healer, when you are somebody who wants to help others, wants to give themselves to others. The boundaries become very confusing. They get porous. It's a very like passive kind of situation that can happen. And so now, because those boundaries were stretched too far, it really caused the dam to break, essentially. So this person is walking away. They're leaving it in the past, and they're looking at what's better for them. It's kind of like the 8 of Cups of this deck. So there's some insight here. We're looking at two people who overcompensated. It wasn't a balanced connection, and it caused a rift. It caused a break, and you may have ended it with this person. Somebody ended it, but it was because promises were not fulfilled. And what's really important is that you are doing what you're saying. If the actions align with the words, that is stability, that is security, that is balance. When they're contradicting each other, that's when things get really confusing, really frustrating, and fall apart, basically. So why didn't this person fulfill their promises? So let's find out what they've been thinking, and what they're not telling you, and what you need to know. Okay, so I already did some shuffling, but I know it's also important to shuffle on camera. So I do the oracle off camera because it just saves time. But I shuffled those decks, and I choose whatever comes to me. So with this, we're looking at what this person is thinking about you, about your situation. So I'm going to dig into their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, and then how you can respond. Okay, what you need to know. Okay. Okay, Spirit, can you show me a card for this person's thoughts? Oh, I got 2 cards. I've got, that is creepy. Didn't I say the 8 of Cups? I'm just saying. What the heck? 8 of Cups in reverse with the Emperor in reverse. Okay, that's their thoughts. Wow. Show me a card for feelings, please, for this person's feelings. Oh, no. I'm only going to take the ones that are faced up. The 7 of Coins. Card for their intentions, please. Thanks. Page of Coins. Card for what you need to know. What's not being, what you need to know. What do you need to know? Card for what you need to know. The 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Card for action. Whoop. Wow, the 2 of Cups. Ooh, dear. Okay. And card for potential outcome. Ooh. Death. Okay. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. King of Coins. All right. Okay, so some signs that, I don't have a lot, but I have Aries and I have Scorpio. Take it or leave it. Aries Scorpio balance, it's a lot of energy. That's a lot. It's a lot. But this person, okay, they messed up. You definitely walked away from this person more likely than not. They know it. They didn't hold up their end of the bargain. They were potentially not fulfilling that role that they promised, which was to provide stability and security and to make you feel safe. They know they messed up. That's what they've been thinking. It's like, oh no. And they're feeling like they can work back into this. They do want to try this again. The thing is, they don't know what that looks like. They're clueless about commitment, long-term commitment. They really, it's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They really just don't know if they can do it. They see a potential future, but plans, it full stop. Like, it stops at, I can work at it, but I need to know what my person is thinking, right? Will they come back to me? Am I vulnerable? And if I am vulnerable, will that be successful for me? It's sort of like a can I, not a should I have that person in my life, It's like, how can I get them back? Not the question, dude. Not the question, okay? It's very disappointing, right? Like, they know it. I don't know if they were able to admit it to you, but they know what they did. They know what they did. And now it's kind of like, do you want to go into this where they're not knowing what they want? So, what do you need to know? You get the 10 of Cups here in reverse. You need to remember long-term fulfillment, absolute fulfillment, joy, everything coming together in your emotional and personal and romantic life, okay? You really choosing to build a family together in front of everyone, to have a family doesn't have to be with children. It's just your unit, your absolute fulfillment. Like everything is there. Is that really what this person is? Are they your everything? Are they the one that you really see in the end? Okay, you're looking for somebody who can give you their full cup of love, that they're willing to share all of themselves with you, being truly honest. This is like soulmate energy. You know, this is like destiny. This is a fated couple who, you know, it's all about coming together and saying, I'm 100% in. That's what you need to remember, and that's what you need to embody. I believe that Spirit is trying to remind you, hey, don't forget what you've been looking for. And if you're searching for it elsewhere, you're kind of missing some points, and you may not be trusting your intuition. You know, so was walking away from this the right decision? It seems to be pointing towards yes. And I think, you know, free will, but I think with death here for the potential outcome, it's about rebirth. It's about transitioning into a new chapter in your life and letting the past stay in the past. Like literally what this card said. Past in the past. That's what death is about. It's about just starting over, you know, walking away. I really feel like the message here is mostly about Spirit trying to remind you what was missing. Okay, I want to clarify the Page of Coins because I don't know why this person doesn't know what they want. You know, what's going on with that. Spirit, clarify the Page of Coins. The Lovers. Okay. Queen of Swords. And the Three of Cups. Ooh. All right, you got Gemini energy in here, and you've got Libra and Virgo energy as well. Take it or leave it. Well, there was some here, like they think that you are it. You are the chosen one. They want to choose you. They see you as their person. They want to make amends. They want to fix this. But what is not happening is a direct, honest conversation about it, being honest with themselves, and really mostly focusing on reuniting. Like I said, can I get that person back? It stops right there though. It's like, that's my person, but I'm not doing a great job about being honest about the fact that I am not thinking beyond just reconciliation, reunion. Beyond that, they don't let themselves go past that. Okay? They just really don't. I don't know why they're afraid of committing to detailed long-term goals. I don't know. What's ahead, Spirit, in the future here with death, rebirth? Seven of Swords, ooh. Knight of Coins in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Well, got more Virgo energy in here. Something new, but it's going to take a lot of discernment. Again, trusting that you are the shaman, that you can do this. Don't forget what's in that shadow, what's being hidden from you. I think what's being hidden from you is a lot of non-commitment, digging heels in the mud. Just really not moving forward. So we're looking for a new, passionate, beginning, a new thing, a new love. I think that's Spirit's way of saying, hey, this person is going to be giving you more of the same. And they just don't want to see beyond that. It's like, that's it. That's all they want to give you is that reconciliation. That's all. It's like a game. It's like, they're like, oh, let me see if I can get them back. But beyond that, nothing. What? They know they messed up. They know they didn't promise what they said they would promise. They know you gave your all to them. They know that they fumbled. They fumbled. Okay. Yeah. So we're looking for a new beginning. I do feel like leaving the past in the past is guidance here for this. I think what you need to know is that that person knows what they did. And what you need to know is that they are not willing to look beyond reconciliation. That they literally don't let themselves go that far. They just don't. It's like a game. And it's immature. It's a lot of immaturity. It's lacking in self-awareness in a way and maturity, just socially and emotionally and all the lees. This person has a lot of growing up to do. You are more than that. You are somebody who wants to promise completely. That Two of Cups energy, that is a full cup of love. That is what you should be focused on. And there's something new that could be coming through if you remove these barriers and set firm boundaries, because that's what you need to do. Make a vow to yourself, trust your intuition, and know that you have an inner calling to move forward towards something much better for you. If you would like a personalized reading, the link is in my profile. So definitely, you might get some more details in that type of reading. It might be very helpful. If this resonated with you and you're interested in that, you can check that out in my link tree. All right, so you now know what you need. Now it's time to reflect, meditate, do some inner work, some shadow work, and dig into what you really want. Don't forget what you deserve. This is not about limerence. This is not about getting swept up. This is about the real stuff, okay? I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope that Spirit washes love, worth, peace, and happiness over you, and that you feel it every single day, okay? You are always welcome back here. If this reading helped you see something more clearly, that awareness is the work. Bye. Okay, if you picked pile 2, this is your reading. I'm going to start with some oracle. I have the archetypes oracle here. One card for you, one card for them. Messages of love card, energy oracle, and the oracle of angels. So let's see what these messages kind of help kind of give us an idea of what's been going on. So for you, I can't, sorry. All right, you've got number 48, the underworld. For your person, you've got number 69, the vessel. Okay. For the messages of love, obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. For the energy oracle, you've got number 39, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. And for the oracle of the angels, you've got number 3, comfort. Okay, so if any of those numbers mean anything to you, take it or leave it, does not matter. But what I'm seeing is, when you think about the underworld, you think about a descent into an inferno. You're trying to be brave, not being afraid of moving towards what's dark, what's hidden, just embracing darkness in some ways, but also just challenging your bravery And so some people might see you as maybe more, not anxious or anything, but maybe more cautious. And really, I think there's a lot of bravery in you than you realize. Meanwhile, the person that has the vessel, your person, they're trying to contain something that's broken. So it's like being contained, being confined, and you descending to whatever's out there. So this sort of like hiding behind something, and you are going towards whatever is ahead. You just don't know. And the thing is that you are supported by your spirit guides. So Archangel Gabriel is here. He represents the throat chakra, which is the 5th chakra. So it's about communication. It's about expression of truth. And there may be a need for someone to express their truth, to confront that and not be afraid of it, to face the obstacles that are in the way. Because your 5th chakra, your throat chakra, needs alignment, potentially. So you might need some chakra alignment here. But really, there is an underlying wound here that has been reopened. And, it needs healing. It's festered. Now we have to get that infection out, and we need to heal it. We need to sew it back up, okay? It's always going to be a wound. You're always going to see the scar, but it's healed. Right now, the block that's going on here is forward movement. It's moving forward. One person wants to stay where they're at, and one person wants to just say, F it. I don't care what's ahead. I'm out. But if you choose to do that, you are supported. You're not by yourself. You're not facing this alone. Like I said, your spirit team is there comforting you without maybe you realizing it. You might have a spirit guide who is a deceased family member or something. Obviously they're deceased. They're a spirit, but it could be an ancestor. Or somebody who you hold very dearly and was very comforting, that's in your spirit team. So they're definitely there. And Gabriel is trying to send out that bravery vibe to you, just like, go for it, speak your truth, do this. There's no obstacle. It's in your mind, okay? It is not real. You can pursue what it is that you're hoping for, which is maybe something more than what this person is willing to give. So there's a lot of let's stay where we're at, and a lot of nope. I'm feeling suffocated. I'm feeling like trapped, and I want to break that, vessel. I want to break it. And if it gets broken, it's okay. It seems like this person is afraid. There's a fear of something, of moving forward with something. And that fear is causing you to want to run for the hills, essentially. So let's look at what this person is thinking. Okay. So I did some shuffling off camera, but I know it's also good to shuffle on. These cards are gigantic, so they're really hard to shuffle. So I'm going to do my best. But okay, I'm going to look at this person's thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, what you need to know, what you don't know, what you need to know, what you could do about it, and what would that outcome be. And if I need to clarify, I will. Hey, Spirit, show me a card for this person's thoughts, please. Show me a card for this person's thoughts. For this person's thoughts. All right, you've got the 8 of Fire, which is the 8 of Wands in reverse. Spirit, show me a card for this person's feelings, please. The Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. Show me a card for their intention, please. The Messenger of Fire in reverse, that's the Knight of Wands. Okay, these cards are a little bit bigger. I have to do some overlapping. Spirit, show me a card for what this person needs to know, what who's watching this needs to know. The Seven of Water in reverse, that is Seven of Cups. What's the action? What's recommended for action? The Three of Air in reverse, that's the Three of Swords. And potential outcome, Spirit, potential outcome. The World, all right. Hierophant at the bottom of the deck in reverse, Nine of Water. And the Magician in reverse, okay. All right, so some signs, take it or leave it, does not matter. I might just kind of do one of these so you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay. All right. So some signs here. You've got Pisces, and you've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Just the energy, take it or leave it, does not mean somebody has to be that sign. It's just energy that's in there. In terms of their feelings, yes, there is a desire to just kind of stay where it is. It's like really slowing down things, like being afraid of making a decision. There is like indecision that is plaguing this person. I don't know what they're afraid of, so I'm probably going to have to clarify that, but there's this like need to make a decision, but wanting all these different options, but some of them may not be realistic at all, and not communicating them, not bringing them into fruition, not taking action to seek them out, and just kind of like staying inward. Their feelings are definitely romantic. There is love here, but look how tiny this little seahorse is. That's all you're getting. You know, like that's not enough. The Knight of Cups is somebody who's like, I can give you this much, not all of it, but this much. They're not like the most committed. They're very romantic and they will sweep you off your feet and all that, but it has a recipe for disaster. They can break hearts like that. Really just, be standoffish 1 minute and like fully invested another, like very wishy-washy energy that's going on here, and it can cause a lot of heartbreak. I think this person is also feeling some type of wound. When we're talking about a wound here, there is a wound that needs to be healed, and it's very possible that it's within this person. There's an insecurity which is causing their fear of stepping forward, doing something about it, right? And you got the Messenger of Fire, and then you've got the World. So Messenger of Fire in reverse, that's giving like lacking initiative and just going for it. Like literally they're just stuck. They want the same old. They don't want to try new things. They don't want to pursue new heights. And you got the World, that is an end of a situation, a completion, a success, that's what is potentially in your future, depending on how you go about this, whether you need to heal your heart. They do. What you needed to know was that there was this desire for something, wanting too much. Okay, it's like unrealistic. Okay, but let's clarify here the Eight of Fire in reverse. What is it that they are afraid of speaking? What are they thinking? What is it specifically? The Ten of Water in reverse, the Sun in reverse, and the Two of Earth. You got some Leo energy in here. It's that commitment thing of failing at it, of not really just the imbalance of committing to this. Like, there's a sense of overwhelm, a sense of burden in a way. It's like this person doesn't want to take responsibility for their part in this. It's like, I don't know if like the underworld is signifying somebody who's just doomy and gloomy, and that's why you're like, get me out of here. It just seems like very pessimistic with the Sun in reverse. They might be guilty of being pessimists, of, no, that's not going to work. No, I don't want to do that. And you're just like, ugh, get me out. That could be part of it. What is it, this Knight of Cups, for their feelings? Like, how do they feel about you? Four of Earth in reverse. I can't read. Two of Fire in reverse. And the Ten of Air. Ugh, this person has just not been emotionally open. They have not let you in, been emotionally vulnerable with you, expressed emotionally how they feel. They've kind of really failed at that. Again, this is a card about forward movement. Like, not knowing where we're headed. I mean, we got a light, but like, we don't know. Let's go travel and figure it out together. And it's in reverse. New beginnings. It's like this person is terrified. I don't know if this person has tried new things and they were burned for it. And so them like going towards like just to start over, or just letting, you know, that stuff in the past. Like, it's like, I'd rather know what I know versus not. It's like the uncertainty is plaguing them. And so they do nothing. So they have romantic feelings for you, but they are not doing a great job at expressing them. And it's because they are afraid of taking steps towards whatever it is. Whether it's taking this relationship to the next level, moving, you know, doing things that need to be done, but this person is just wavering, and it's really frustrating. It makes you want to just run for the hills. Seeking something better. So their intention essentially is to just stay where they're at, because they like the same old, like they're not interested in changing things up for some reason. So what do you need to know? Well, like, you can't have it all, for sure. You know, there's a need to make a decision, and stick to it. And how you do that is by remembering how to protect your heart. Okay. Specifically, Spirit, can you clarify the Three of Air? Call. The Moon in reverse. The Two of Air. Call is also Judgment. You got Pisces again in here. And more fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Second chances. There's a spiritual awakening going on here. There's a aha moment. But what you're plagued with is indecision, and it's fear. It's fear-based, right? Don't be afraid. You are protected. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. Express your truth. Say what you need to say. There's sort of like a fork in the road, and a lot of it, you got the sun and the moon in reverse here. We need to shed light on what's really happening. So there is a need for truth, and I think confronting this person's, reticence or ambivalence or reluctance to move forward to the next chapter, to make that decision that they need to commit to. They're just afraid. They're avoidant. They might have attachment issues, and they're afraid of that. But we're looking for a completion, and Spirit knows that if you don't confront these things, you're not going to get to the world. You're not going to get to the final destination, the success. You made it, you did it, moving on to the next chapter. Like, the 10 of Swords and the World have that kind of in common. It's about endings and new beginnings, going through a completion. The call is to get to the next stage. It's a redemption, and so maybe that's what it takes, is that it's possible you do have to walk away from this, that the obstacle is too big for this to be repaired. You can't want this all by yourself. You need 100% commitment from that other person, and they're too afraid. They're too scared. Spirit, can you clarify the messenger of fire? What happened to this person in the past that has made them this afraid? Patience, the Four of Water in reverse, and the Queen of Water in reverse. So you got Sagittarius and Cancer, sorry. Definitely, so there's a court card here. It's very possible that this person might have been with a Cancer, or just a very emotionally overwhelming type of person. It could have been a mother figure, somebody who was just constantly dissatisfied with everything that person did. If they tried to do something, they were just like, ugh, can't be bothered. That's not enough. Man, do we have all of... Yeah, we have all of the water court cards. Wow. Okay. A lot of emotion. You got the Divine Feminine in here. So like I said, you might have a feminine figure who is protecting you, very motherly kind of energy. But what more important, it's about your reflection, intuition, really digging inward, making sure that you know that it's okay to put yourself first sometimes, that the time is for you to explore what it is that you want. And if that's not aligning with this person's too afraid to go that next step, then that's on them. I think there is a innocent, romantical kind of vibe when it comes. There might be a little bit of too idealistic in terms of what you're looking for. Maybe that whatever that is may not exist, but looking for fun. And I think that's what it's about. And I think you are tired of the old. You want out. It's suffocating you. This is boring. I want to explore. Maybe it's polyamory. I don't know. But it's about stepping out of your comfort zone, but knowing that no matter what, you're always going to be protected. And I think your calling is to start something new. So whatever that looks like for you. But I hope this helped. As that Spirit washes love, warmth, peace, and happiness over you. And you're always welcome to come back here if you would like to book a personalized reading. The link is in my profile about section. I like to do that if this is resonating a lot and you want a more in-depth personal kind of approach to it with some more details, absolutely no problem. I would love to do that for you. But if this reading helped you see something more clearly, that is the awareness. That is the awareness. That is the work to gain that awareness, to gain that insight. It's so important, okay? So I love it. Please take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching this reading. Bye. Okay, we've got a polar opposites situation here. Sometimes, yes, opposites attract, but sometimes they don't. Okay, pile number 3. We've got some oracle cards. I have the archetypes oracle. I've got the messages of love oracle. I've got the oracle of angels and the energy oracle to kind of give us some more insight into what's been going on. All right. For you, you are number 22, the creator. For your person, they are number 44, the box. For your messages of love, passion, try something you've never done before. For number 19, application, for the oracle of the angels. And for the energy oracle, you've got 38, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Okay, so what I'm seeing off the bat is we've got polar opposites going on here. You guys are nothing alike. You know, and they say like opposites attract, but I'm like, do they stay together? So it's really interesting how you need freedom to express yourself, to apply yourself, to think outside of the box. And then you've got the person who's the box, who is like, you know, I'd rather be in here because it's safer. Like, I'm good in here. If you are interested in reading number 2, kind of similar to this concept. So check that out if you want to for more insight. But I think what I'm just seeing here is that these are 2 people that are very different. Now, somehow you've been connected. Raphael has been with you in this. There is passion. Try something you've never done before. That might be a message for your person who really needs to think outside of the box, really needs to you know, soar. And it's very possible that you are somebody who's creative, who likes to roam the world and travel and do all these cool things and learn and learn. And that's what application is about. It's about applying yourself, taking your knowledge and doing something about it. You might be very artistic. You just might be somebody who's also very playful and likes to apply. You know, you are a doer. You walk the walk, right? It's like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to grow through this tree from this knowledge here on this book and just expand. And this person is in this confined space where they'd rather stay where they know. So there's somebody's holding. Okay, something happened with my video and it cut me off. So if I'm a little like, that's why. But like I said, this person wants you to stay confined. However, Raphael is here really supporting this, but supporting the need for self-compassion, self-love, self-expression, prioritizing yourself first. But there is a lot of love here for sure. Regardless of how being so opposite you guys are from each other, this is real love. This is real. I do feel that. It's just about values and priorities and those personality differences that are kind of clashing. Okay, so let's get into tarot. I'm going to look at this person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and then what you need to know, what is being hidden from you, what you could do about it, and what that outcome could be, and then clarify where I need to. Okay. I already shuffled off camera my tarot, but it's nice to shuffle on. All right. Spirit, can you show me a card for this person's thoughts, please? Yeah. That was awkward. Two of Materials in reverse. Card for their feelings, please. The World Cosmos in reverse. Card for their intentions. Okay. The Seven of Voices. Okay. Card for what you need to know. Yeah. These cards are really hard to shuffle. Bear with me. Card for what you need to know. Thank you. All right, this came out sideways, but it's so annoying when that happens. Let's just put it up right. Ace of Voices. Card for action. This card is a sideways card, and it's intended to be that way. Muse of Inspiration. That is also the King of Wands. And card for potential outcome. The Sun will come out tomorrow. All right. Nine of Voices. Queen of Materials. Page of Voices. All right. Okay. So some signs here. Take it or leave it. But you've got Leo heavy. And you've got Aquarius and Capricorn. Not needed, just energies that we have here. Okay, so your person feels that imbalance for sure. There is, you know, this like confliction. There, you know, you see the figure 8, and that's infinity, right? And it's like connected together, two people kind of living life together. It's like yin and yang, you know, opposites, right? Like as a whole. But it does feel there is a feeling of like you're pulling away from them. They feel that. You know, it's really discombobulating. It's really, you know, makes them a little nervous. I don't know how much they are trying to tell you about that because they don't want to push you away. So they may not be saying what they should be saying. They don't want to go anywhere. They feel like they're holding on to their world. They're holding on to that box, and they want to put everything in that box. But they know that you don't fit in that box. That is not your jam. But they don't want to let that go. So like I said, there's a lot of love here. I do feel strongly this sense of absolute, genuine love. With the Seven of Voices, that's the Seven of Swords. They're afraid to say anything. It's almost like they might believe in like manifestation. They might be like, oh, if I say it, you know, it's going to come true. Every time I say something, you know, it could be like they don't want to utter those words because then it will come to light. So there's this also sense of denial. They're almost like deceiving themselves by not saying what needs to be said too, because they're in Delulu. They're a little Delulu right now. So we need to dig into that. What you need to know is new information. So super vague, Spirit. So we're definitely clarifying there. Okay. It's like literally like new idea. Hello? Anything else? So we need to figure out more about that, but you've got the Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands. This is about being determined. So the action that can help with all of this is really remembering that you should go after what it is that you want. There's confidence that is needed here. There's self-expression. There's self-actualization, passion, you know, really like, you know, like that card, passion, like the King of Wands is all about passion. Like they see it, they want it, they get it. Okay. They seduce it to them. So there is a need to really stand firm and, you know, do not take no for an answer. Just say, this is what I want. And I don't think I'm asking for a lot, but this is my fulfillment. And just like really setting those boundaries. I think that's a thing, but attracting that, manifesting that towards you. So there's a need for that. It takes a lot of confidence to do that. And then what is amazing here is you got the Sun, which is absolutely amazing. So an outcome here can bring a lot of joy and abundance depending on how we go about this, right? So let's clarify the Two of Materials in reverse. I'm just trying to figure out what they feel like is the imbalance. So Two of Materials, Spirit, what is that? You've got the Chariot in reverse, the Six of Emotions in reverse, and the Tower. So, which way do you go? Just being stuck. There it is. There's this desire to just stay in the past, stay in the comfort zone. Your person might have had a childhood where there's a lot of like uncertainty, a lot of disruption. They might have moved a lot, and they just being a vagabond is not their jam. They want roots, and I think you might be somebody who wants to explore. So it's a bit of a conundrum. This is definitely like shaking things up. They're afraid of disrupting things, and so what happens is that pull away. You're pulling away from them. They're feeling that, and it's rocking their world, and it's creating an imbalance for sure. But they know that there is a desire to move forward, and that tipping scale is just like, it's tipping the other way, and it's hard to hold on to something when that person is kind of pulling away from it, right? That can be really, really hard to manage. So I think, it's some scary stuff here. So like I said, they don't want to let you go. Let's, what is it about you that they just love? The Knight of Emotions in reverse, the Two of Inspiration in reverse, and the Eight of Emotions. Well, okay. It's like, although they are afraid of exploring, they do admire your, like, you have a mutable energy. You go with the flow. You take change and you embrace it. You've got that energy. You might be a Pisces, like where you just like kind of, that's a mutable sign. You just kind of go with the flow, whatever comes, you figure it out. Where, that person, it kind of highlights the fact that they're like, and so yes, they don't want this hole in their heart, if you walk away from them, if you leave them behind and they're stuck in the past waiting for you. They know that they love that about you, that you are someone who needs space, who needs to roam. That is something very admirable about you, and that's something they do love about you, but it also causes them great anxiety and fear of abandonment. That's a lot of pressure for you. So what are they denying? What is going on here? What are they not really saying? The Eight of Voices, Ace of Inspiration, and the Page of Inspiration in reverse for that Seven of Voices. Well, they're definitely believing all of their unfounded fears. This is mental imprisonment. Choosing to believe the worst possible outcome and not seeing the details. Not paying attention to the facts. Focusing on feelings, opinion, and not really being honest. Not looking for truth. Believing their own lies, which is you're gonna leave them. Whatever have you, right? that fear that you are going to leave their life. They have great passion for you. All right, like I said, Ace of Voices. What does that mean, right? Like, what are we talking about here? Spirit, can you please clarify, and please let my video go through. Clarify the Ace of Voices, my dear. Here we go. 7 of Emotions in reverse, the 5 of Materials in reverse, and the 9 of Materials in reverse. Well, what do you need to know? 1, you can't have it all. 2, abandonment is not the issue here. A lack of fulfillment is an issue here. If I don't go for it, I'll never know situation. Like, and also, like, there is a balance, you can't have it all, right? We need a new approach, because if you want to expand, if you want to put yourself, through something with or without their support, it may disrupt what you guys have, and it may not align with what this relationship needs. And so that can be very problematic. However, we need to be confident as to what it is that we want, right? So the wanting something but not knowing how to make that decision, the wavering, that's not what we're doing. We need a new approach. Let's see. Queen of Materials, the Page of Voices in reverse, and the Star. More of that like vibe that you're a person that's in the arts. I don't know why, but I'm just getting it. Okay. Yes, there is a balance between searching for more, wishing for fulfillment for a dream, but also we don't know what it is. So really digging deep, really looking inward to figure out what it is that you want. And I think you can't make any decisions without really being clear. And I think the anxiety that can be manageable, that can be managed here, is if we are direct and clear about what it is that we want. But you need time. You need time and space to be able to figure this out, to know what you value. I think you guys could have a conversation about values. What is aligning with your values? Do you guys have values in common? Because values are such a big part of a relationship. That's how they function. That's how they stay together. That's how they grow. So is it just right now is not the right time? Maybe there needs to be, a kind of like a separation of some kind, and getting back together when, you've had some space to figure things out, maybe. But that could also cause a lot of fear of uncertainty and more anxiety for that person, especially when they want to hold on to you so tightly because they love you so much, and seeing you slip away. And so that fear will it won't be quelled. It will get more intense. Gosh, man, this is really hard, because I sense that this is something that you really, really want. And you also really care about this person. You love them too. But it makes me wonder if they want it more than you do. It's like a 60-40 thing. Let me clarify the Sun. So that's what we're compromising, is happiness. 10 of Voices, Death in reverse, a Page of Materials. New beginnings. Yeah. You see, like, this flower, like, it's like the flower, her brain is going forward, expanding, blooming, right? Getting stuck in the same old, same old. It can be, my fear is that resentment will grow if you are not able to at least pursue what it is that you want in life. And being, feeling feeling like an obligation to stay where you are because you don't want to hurt that person or whatever, it could build resentment. It could build more pain and more hurt. And I think the fear is if you don't pursue your dream, you'll never know that there could be absolute joy and abundance and happiness and joy is just not just happiness. Joy is actually doing something about it. It takes effort to feel joy, to create it, to build on it. And I think you deserve to explore whatever it is that you want to do and just give it a chance. I think there is a compromise that can be had here. I think that is very possible. It's just how much is your person willing to consider? How much are they willing to really put their needs aside and be happy for you that you want to, let's say, you want to go to an arts program in New York and you're in Arkansas, whatever. It requires a move and that could disrupt their career, and so they don't want to hold you back, but they don't want to let you go, and it's just a lot. And sometimes it really is about, it could be compromise, but sometimes it really is about making a choice, a decision that could end this connection. I think that is a reality that cannot be ignored, that if you do pursue whatever it is that you want, that we need to be honest that could end things. Sometimes we meet the right person at the wrong time, and it's meant to be like for you to grow. It's supposed to be you being in each other's lives for whatever that period of time. It's meant to be a catalyst for growth, to initiate you into self-actualization and growth and maturity, and then you can always come back to each other. There's that concept, right? But I think if you don't pursue your dreams, it will be this what if, and it will build regret and resentment, and it will be something that will nag at you forever. And I think this person has to do some real, like, looking in the mirror kind of thing of like, am I really more focused on myself, right? And what I need. And nobody wants to feel like they have to be an obligation, right? They really want you to be there. They really want that life that they thought you guys were going to have in that box. And you're like, no, I want to expand. I want to see more. I want to pursue my passion. I want to do something I haven't been able to do yet. I want to apply myself. And this is holding you back. And my fear is long term, it will build a lot of sadness, a lot of what if, I should haves, living in the past. And we don't want that. We really want absolute joy. And you will, if you don't try it, you'll never know. Who wants to live with that? Not me. That's hard. But like I said, it's a decision that needs to be made. So there's a lot to consider, a lot to meditate on, to reflect on, maybe talk to somebody about it, maybe a mentor or, therapist, whatever. somebody that can kind of help you see things from a more objective lens. If you would like to book a personal reading, if this resonated with you and you would like to dig deeper in it being more personal, the link is in my profile. But otherwise, if it did resonate with you, then this is about helping you see something more clearly, gaining that awareness. That is the work. That is what this reading's about, is to help you do that work. All right. But you are welcome to come back whenever. Mariposa Tarot is here for you. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope everything works out as it's sort of like kind of meant to be. You know, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching this, and many blessings. Bye. Okay, this is pile number 4. I'm going to start with some oracle cards here just to kind of give us an idea of what's going on in your situation. We have the Archetypes Oracle, we have Messages of Love Oracle, the Oracle of Angels, and the Energy Oracle. All right, so there are 2 Archetypes cards, one for you, one for them. You are the Siren, number 18, and they are the Vision, number 55. Messages of Love card is second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. The Oracle of the Angels, number 35, Initiation. And for the Energy Oracle, 51, Healer of the Ages. All right, so there's a calling. Something seductive. There is like some passion, if you will. There's a lot of that in this connection, a lot of healing. But there's also like this calling to a higher self, a higher level. You know, the Healer of the Ages, like getting closer to this like 5D. It's calling you. I don't know if there's some type of dream or vision that you are wishing for you and this person, but it looks like whatever's being called to you, whatever's being called, it's also making it really difficult because you do want to heal whatever. So we're trying to do some healing here of whatever's going on. It does look like this relationship has more to do, maybe parallel to whatever needs to be healed, whatever we need to figure out. So a lot of answers that we need here. So let's get into tarot. All right. I already did some pre-shuffling for the tarot deck, but I know it's probably good to just kind of do a little bit more. So I'm going to look at their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, what you need to know, what action and potential outcome, and then clarify where I need to. Okay. All right. Spirit, show me a card for this person's thoughts, please. Thanks. You've got the, I can't read, 3 of Wands. Card for their feelings, please. Thanks. You've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Card for their intention. Oh. The Lovers. Ooh. All right, all right, all right. Oh, isn't that the cutest Lovers card ever? Hope you like cats. All right. Card for what you need to know. Whoa. You got the 7 of Wands in reverse. Ow. Card for action. Yeah. You've got the 3 of Cups. Looks like my 2 cats. And potential outcome. Page of Pentacles in reverse. That was easy. Okay. All right. We're definitely going to clarify where we need to, but like there is definitely love here. There is passion here, but there's also a need for work and for connection. So you've got, the Three of Wands. There is someone who is maybe looking to do more. And maybe there's a sense of like wanting to stay where it's at, like sort of, before we get to the next step, there's some work we need to do. Kind of thing. And I think that person has been thinking that, that there are things that need to be healed, that we need to work on before this keeps going. This relationship does deserve a second chance, but there's also like a need to, I think there might be some interference of third parties, that might need to be sorted out. And a third party doesn't have to be a person. It could be a thing, a distraction that's interfering, like family members, obligations, job. It could be anything, but like who is being prioritized here? And so there are some things that need to be worked out. In terms of their feelings, that one's tricky with the Seven of Pentacles. It's like your person is like, I don't want to invest in something if it keeps needing healing, and there just doesn't seem to be consistency. There's a need for commitment to work on things together. They want to choose you, though. They don't want to go anywhere. They want you to choose them as well. They want a union. They want to be together, but there's so much going on around you guys that needs to be addressed. So we gotta. I think there are walls that are being built up around you, around this situation, that are maybe blocking, like an avoidance of confronting perceived criticism or having to confront a conflict. There's a sense of like defensiveness that's going on here. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but this is what you need to know, and we need to sort that out for sure. I think sometimes the Three of Cups can also be about community. It could be about togetherness, union, coming together to connect, to be with others. I think there is interference of your community, and we need to sort out what that is. Something's up here, because with the Siren, somebody is calling. It's like seduction. Odysseus heard the sirens, and it was a hot mess, So there's, some's interfering. There's some interference going on here. Some yellow flags. So potential outcome is a stall. Literally no movement. That's the potential. If we don't solve these issues, essentially. But let's clarify. Spirit, can you please clarify the Three of Wands? Thank you. The Devil in reverse. Strength in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, dear. Ooh, yep. Okay. Yeah. There's work that needs to be done. There's some hurt here. There is a disconnect. And I think it's very possible that there is some temptation of other things. Like the Siren, when it's in a negative energy, when it's in the dark energy, there's infidelity. There's, kind of betrayal stuff going on. So that could be an issue here. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions. There is something interfering. We have an interference, an influence, a negative influence in this, or just, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to stay 100% faithful to something when you're seeing so many issues, or not feeling the same commitment from the other person. So it's really hard to do that. But there is definitely an issue with compassion and understanding, and the need for balance. This needs to be a two-way street. So there could be some addiction, it could be something like that, or something that is really unhealthy that somebody in this connection is doing, and it's very possible that they see that as maybe you have a distraction, or there's a fear of that. Now, some of that could be just straight up insecurity. It's late. Sorry. I have been having issues with my video, and it was like cutting out, and it's been a long night. So my reading number 3 was a struggle because the camera kept stopping. So somebody didn't want that message out. Yeah, so there's sums up. So fear is, do I keep trying? Does it deserve to have a second chance? Clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please. The 7 of Swords in reverse. Ugh. 10 of Cups in reverse. And the 6 of Wands in reverse. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Yikes. 6 of... There's defeat going on here. There's pessimism. There's doubt. There's fear of lies, deception. Something is going on. Whether they think that there's a distraction on your side of it, but it's a recipe for disaster. There might have been infidelity in the past, or cheating, or something, or betrayal of some kind, and there might be a fear that that could come up again, and it keeps haunting somebody in this connection. Whatever resonates. It could be that they did that, and it's something that they know that is a big issue that needs to be repaired, needs healing. There's healing that is needed here. There's a lot of love here. There's desire here. But there is something that is a big thorn in your side. That is, it's like almost like everything around you, the universe is telling you guys, this is, you have a lot of work to do. There's too much history there. But there's something that's this invisible string kind of thing. You guys can't. But there's so much distraction. Let me clarify the Lovers. The 10 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Ah, man. There's a lot of pain here. What happened? A lot of fear of abandonment and just chaos and not seeing things, not seeing perspectives of the other person, like just pursuing whatever it is that they want. It's like an inability to reach a compromise, to understand each other. There's so much past hurt here. I know this relationship deserves a second chance. That's what that message is saying. But is it possible when there's so much healing that needs to be done? That's heavy. There's a lot of love there, but there's a lot of pain. I don't know what's outweighing the other. Is it worth it? I don't know, but there is something from the past. I don't think this is something that you're not aware of or that hasn't happened. This is a reading for people who that is confirmed that there has been interference of some kind, and it's like, can we get through that together, or is it just not enough? So what do you need to know? You got the 7 of Wands here, a defensiveness that needs to be addressed. King of Swords, King of Cups, and the 4 of Wands in reverse. Meant to speak about signs here. I apologize. It's almost 11. It is 11. Oh dear. All right, so some signs here. We got Capricorn, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Take it or leave it. Not necessary, but so you got the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the 4 of Wands in reverse for the 7 of Wands in reverse here for what you need to know. Definitely this combo right here, the King of Swords and the King of Cups. This is like really ideal. You've got the best of both worlds, logic and emotions, and like high intelligence, okay? Able to be logical and pragmatic, straightforward and honest, but also have a really strong emotional side. Now, this could also represent one and the other, right? You're more the King of Swords or whatever. But there's a need for true, honest, like discussion to request it, but also like in a way of it, like it's either this or not at all. We have to be honest with each other moving forward. There's that desire there, but there's also a need to say it, or there's no reason to continue. There's no reason to keep trying if you guys can't be honest with each other. So the defensiveness needs to end. It's not about criticism. It's not about that. It's about conflict resolution. That's what it's about. If you're going to have a conversation about what to do with your relationship, the goal is to compromise where everybody walks away somewhat satisfied with whatever that conflict is being resolved, right? But it's the goal of a conversation is to fix what's going on. It's not to prove who's right or wrong. It's not to seek answers just to satisfy some ego-driven situation. It's really about, can we move forward and fix what's going on? But it has to be with love and compassion and understanding and sympathy and all of that, but being honest, just being real and dropping the defensiveness. If you can't have a conversation with somebody without getting defensive and needing to see everything as like, oh, see, I knew I did something wrong, or of course you think that, or, you know, yep, I can't do anything right. There's no point in that. There's no need to punish the other person continuously. There's no need to pursue whatever the situation is. There's no need to continue doing that. So that's what you need to know, is that is important. Now, how do we do that? Well, we need to figure out what this third party thing is, what this conflict can be. 3 of Cups here. The Fool in reverse, Death in reverse, and then the 8 of Cups. Got Aquarius and Scorpio again here. Look, I don't know if things are done from whatever this thing is. There's definitely there's somebody's in the dark. Somebody is potentially keeping the other in the dark. There is something that is not being laid to rest. There's something that is not being, there's no like, we need to wrap that up. That needs to end. Be done with it. It's still lingering, whatever that is. And it's something that 100% does not serve either of you and will create a wedge where there is no second chance. If this doesn't like stop, whatever, is still interfering, there's something that's still interfering, and that needs to be just resolved. If you guys want to pursue this, whatever that interference is has got to go. That is the only way around this. It's either the relationship or that thing, whatever that is. And I'm not saying it's a person, but something is creating a wedge between you and your person. And it's something that has been it's chronic. It's been going on for a while now. Something is not being resolved. It's there. We're beating around the bush about it. We're not really, bringing this forward and saying, enough. We have got to resolve this. We cannot continue just kind of talking around it, right? It's this pink elephant. And it's calling you. It is calling you. It is there. You can see it. So, potential outcome is this is going to be stalled. It has to. We got to hit the brakes and resolve whatever this thing is, and confront that. And if we're able to do that, let's clarify. The Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. You got Cancer and Pisces here as well. Take it or leave it. But lots of work that needs to be done. The non-committal, the potential for something that happened in the past can still be there. And you are this Queen of Cups, or somebody's embodying this purity, this honesty, this healing energy, this intuitive energy. The Queen of Cups is very psychic, very intuitive, very in tune. She knows when something's off, and she approaches situations, but with kindness, with compassion, with love. But she's not somebody to be pushed around. The Queen of Cups, she's not like, oh, everything's like, no, she is still tough, but she does it not aggressively. She does it with kindness, and there's a need to confront whatever this interference is, whether it's non-commitment, whether it's obligation, whether it is infidelity from the past, and we're still wondering if it's still going on. It's still going on, meaning it has not been resolved. We have not really addressed the elephant in the room. And if you want this to be a second chance, if you have that dream that this can come together, you can't just wish for it. You've got to work at it. So honest, serious conversation needs to be had. Putting any defensiveness aside, just really getting to the root of it, being real with each other. You deserve that. You both deserve honesty. Honesty is so important here. It's how you build trust. It's how you build security. It's how you build stability. And without any of those things, good luck. It's not going to work. It's not. So the best way to do this is by being upfront about it. Okay? So, tough conversation that needs to be had. I hope this helped, and I'm wishing that Spirit watches love with peace and happiness over you, and that you feel it every day. And if this reading resonates with you and you want to dig more into it, you can request a personalized reading, and the link is in my profile. I would love to do that for you. You're welcome to come back at any time, whatever you need. But if this reading gave you insight that you were looking for, the whole point of watching these readings is to gain that awareness, because that's where the work, that's where you can begin the initiation into whatever it is. It's through understanding, enlightenment, being open-minded, and accepting that whatever is causing the issue has to be confronted head on. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I wish you nothing but the best. Many blessings. Take care of you. Protect your heart. Bye.